Welcome back to another Pokemon SLAB Sunday, where once a month we go through a ton of graded cards, and so many of them are going down in price right now. It's actually crazy. And we're also going to do a little giveaway today. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed. You got to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like, and then you have to answer the question of the day. So for today's question, which Pokemon has the best Mega Evolution? This is what we're giving away today, a Celebrations Venusaur. And I do have to announce the winner from last Sunday's giveaway, and that is at Joe Vote. So just shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram. I'll get those cards sent out to you. And make sure you guys check out my last market Monday. We are giving away a Mega Charizard UPC. It was donated by the Trade Post Expo. This is a big card show in Tinley Park, Illinois that I will be at December 20th. And speaking of card shows, if you guys are watching this Sunday, I will be in Indianapolis. If you guys are in the area, definitely swing by. It's going to be an awesome show. Beard Dad's going to be there. Real Breaking Nate's going to be there. But I will be there vending. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And we do have to give a thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Platinum Protectors. If you guys need cases for any type of collectible, Platinum Protectors got you covered. They have cases for action figures, comic books, diecast, Funko Pops, trading cards, and video games. And when it comes to trading cards, they have so many different selections. I see so many people spending $10, $20, $30 on cases sometimes when they just started out their collection. When you can get pretty legit cases for a couple dollars a case, you know, you can buy them in bulk to where you can get like a 20, 30 pack for 30, 40 bucks. They got them for everything too, English, Japanese, One Piece, Lorcana, and they are having a big restock very soon. And then also, if it's your very first order, you can click my link in the description and then get 10% off your first order of $50 or more, so definitely check them out. And then also, if you're going to grade through PSA, click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25 to get $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. But all right, let's get into it. We got the Mega Charizard X here from Phantasmal Flames. This is the SIR. This card was selling for $5,000, $4,000, $3,000. Now last sold all right around $2K. We got one at $23.21 and another one at $23.50. I never ever recommend buying a brand new PSA 10 card. It's almost a guarantee to lose money. Next we have the Gold Mega Charizard last sold. We got one at $3,031 and $3,050. Now even though the raw SIR is worth more than the gold card is worth a lot more than the SIR graded. And that's because the gold card is like 3 times harder to pull, and there's going to be way less of them on the market. Next, we have the Gold Mega Lucario. So last sold in a PSA 10, $718, $810, $850. This card has sales at over $2,000 and a bunch of sales from like 15 down to 1,000. Same exact thing for the Gold Mega Gardevoir. Last sold $560 and $650. Much cheaper than the Lucario. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir EX SIR. Last sold in a PSA 10, $420. And we had quite a few sales over $500, $600, $700. It was at $700 for a while. Next, the Mega Lucario EX. This was at $850. Now last sold $425, $475. And the Mega Venusaur EX, last sold for this one in a 10, is $370. I think we even had a new one at like $320. And then we have the Red Victini from White Flare. This card has just been slowly dropping all the way from $2K. Now last sold $810, $800, $760. Next, we have the White Flare Reshiram. This card has also just been slowly falling, and now last sold $630, $699, and $745. Next, we have the Reshiram SIR. So this was at about $800. Now last sold $400 and $370. The full arts and the red card are much rarer than the actual SIRs. Next, we have the other Red Victini from Black Bolt. So again, this was at about $2K. Now last sold $830, $820, and $999. Next, we have the Black Full Art Zekrom. Last sold in a PSA 10, $780, $800. One crazy little sale here at $467. Otherwise, the rest of them are all at $800. Next, we have the Zekrom SIR. Last sold in a PSA 10, $450, and $399. But no joke, every card in this list is pretty much going down in price. There's a couple of them that are bouncing back like maybe $50 or something, but they're still down hundreds of dollars from what they were a couple months ago. Next, we have the Seismitoad. This has also just been slowly creeping. I still feel like this is one of the most overrated cards in the entire era. This was over $1,000 for months. Now last sold $760, $700. One high sale here at $950. Next, the Team Rockets Mewtwo EX. So this card just keeps going up and down. It was at $2K, down to $1,000, back up to $2K, and then got down to $1,097. Now last sold $1,175, $1,176, and $1,150. So technically, starting to come back up in price just a little bit. Then we have the Cynthia's Garchomp here. This got up to $1,000 also. Now last sold $570, $649, and $481. Next, the Ethan's Ho-Oh got all the way up to $785 in a 10. Now last sold $456 and $405. Next, the Team Rocket's Moltres EX. This had a high of about $650. Now last sold $401. Another one at $344. Next, the Misty's Psyduck. It's got up to $445. Now last sold $260, $237. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of these cards are literally half off their highs. Next, we have the Lily's Clefairy. This was at $700. Now last sold $550, $400, and another one here at $465. All right, next we have the Salamence from Journey Together. This is my favorite card in the set. Pretty low pop too, especially for the SIR. $2,700 in a 10 and $4,200 in a 9. So this was at $463. Now last sold $225. Not too bad at all. Next, we have the Articuno from Journey Together. This got up to $250 in a 10. Now last sold $165. This card is also kind of tough to grade. $6,200 in a 10 and $9,800 in a 9. Next, we have the Umbreon EX from Prismatic. Got up to $4,457. Now last sold $3,449, and we have another one at $3,300. Next, we have the Sylveon from Prismatic. Got up to $1,700 in a 10. Now last sold $1,300, $1,028, and another one at $1,100. Next, we have the Leafeon from Prismatic. Got up to $1,000. Now last sold $800, and another one here at $675. Next, we have the Espeon. Got up to $1,100. Now last sold $900, $730, $682, $850. So one new high sale. And the Glaceon got up to $939. Now last sold $462. And then we have the Vaporeon from Prismatic. Got up to $1,200. Now last sold $905, $1,050. And the Flareon got up to $785. Now last sold $575, $524. And then we have the Jolteon, which is the cheapest. Got up to $740 in a 10. Now last sold $550 and $460. Next, we have the Pikachu from Surging, with only a pop of $6,910 and $11,000 in a 9. Got up to $1,270. Now last sold $850, and another one here at $1,060. Next, the Latias from Surging got up to $750. Now last sold $690. We have another one here at $515. Next, we have the Milotic. Got up to about $400. Now last sold $290. Next, we have the Latios from Surging Sparks. Got all the way up to $270. Now last sold $160 and $157. And then we have the Squirtle. Ton of these graded. $12,000 in a 10, $15,000 in a 9. Got up to $341. Now last sold $280 and $245. We also have the Bulbasaur. Similar pop. Got up to $310 in a 10. And now last sold $185 and $197. So definitely dropping. Then we have the Greninja. Much easier to grade than like the Pikachu. $8,300 in a 10 and $7,400 in a 9. Got up to $1,100. Now last sold $789, $775. All right, we have the Eevee, and I do have to apologize. My laptop and my internet are just tweaking out today. So we're not going to be able to check all these Sword and Shield cards that I already had pulled up here. So we're just going to do Scarlet and Violet. So we have the Eevee. Got up to $300 in a PSA 10. Now last sold $199 and $210. Next, we have the Bubble Mew EX. Got up to $2,000 in a 10. Now last sold $1,399, $1,500. And another one at $1,675. Next, we have the Charizard from Paldean Fates. Got up to $878. Now last sold $640 and $535. Next, we have the Gardevoir EX from Paldean. This got up to $437. Now last sold $275, $310, and $250. Next, we have the Charmander from 151. Got up to $420. These cards are pretty tough to grade. $7,910, $15,000 in a 9, even $5,008. Yeah, got up to $415. Now last sold $320, $329, and $335. Next, we have the Charmeleon. Got up to $350 in a 10. Now last sold $265, $254, and $232. Next, we have the Charizard from 151. Got up to $1,400 in a 10. Now last sold $969, $1,100, $975, and $950. This card has $24,000 in a 10 and $39,000 in a 9. Ton of them. Next, we have the Squirtle. Got up to $340 in a 10. Now last sold 325 and 250. Next, we have the War Turtle. This got up to $300 in a 10. Now last sold 200. And we have another one at 220. But yeah, there's only 6,000 of these in a 10 and 12,000 in a 9. Next, the Big Blastoise got up to 476. Now last sold 320 and 315. Next, the Bulbasaur got up to $270 in a 10. Now last sold 199 and 190. And then we even have the Ivysaur, got up to 267. Now last sold 217, 205, 193. I know a ton of people are trying to get all these in a PSA 10, so I added all the starters. Next got up to 425. Now last sold 400, 310, 315, 320. So a lot of these cards do have like one new big recent like PSA 10 sale, but most of the other sales are much cheaper. Next we have the Zapdos. It's got up to 485. Now last sold 289, 295, and 299. Next, the Alakazam got up to $400 in a 10. Now last sold 225. And we got another one here at 280. And then the Pikachu, my favorite illustration rare in the set, got up to $380. Now last sold 250. Pretty much all at 250. One low sale at 203. Next, the Zard from Obsidian Flames got up to 760. Now last sold 499. And then we have the Ninetales. This got up to $342. Now last sold 209 and 197. Again, these earlier sets in the Scarlet and Violet era, the illustration rares are extremely tough to grade in a 10. There's only 4,200 10s, 9,700 9s, and 3,000 8s. Next, the Magikarp. This got up to $2,400 in a 10, which is just crazy. Now last sold $1,900. And this card, there's only 3,700 10s and 11,000 9s. There's even 5,000 8s. Next, we have the Titar from Paldea Evolved. This got up to $787. Now last sold, we got one at $511, which was at the end of the last month. Next, we have the Raichu from Paldea Evolved. This got up to $583. Now last sold $308, $389. And then we even have the Pikachu with Gray Felt Hat promo. This got up to $2,400 in a 10. There's 44,000 10s, 44,000 9s, and 4,400 8s. But now last sold for this card, $1,375, $1,475, $1,500. That's crazy. That is down $1,000. Wild. Next, we have the Mew EX promo. This got up to about $900 in a PSA 10. Now last sold $573, $510. Next, the Snorlax Pokemon Center promo got up to $1,700 in a 10. Now last sold $997 and $1,100. But these Pokemon Center promos, they have pretty low pops. There's only 1,500 10s and 3,000 9s. Then we have the Charmander Pokemon Center promo. This one has a super low pop. 648 in a 10, 3,000 in a 9. And it got up to $3,700 in a 10. Now last sold $2,200. That is quite the drop. And before that, it was $2,150. That is actually insane, just dropping thousands of dollars. That's why I really do not buy modern PSA 10 cards at all. The only way I ever do is if it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars cheaper than its all-time high. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Slab Sunday. I really apologize for this short video. I promise that we'll get this all fixed. And then, of course, if you guys like this content, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, you leave a like and comment. And then if you guys want to support more, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you guys know what to do. You guys are the best. And then, of course, if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Following Friday, which was a crazy good one, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.